How's it going, people? It's Devon once again, bringing you another daily dose of insight and motivation. And we're going to jump right into this one. You guys are going to get blessed today because I am actually going to share with you my day one notes with the infamous Tony Robbins. All right. It was amazing. So I don't want to make this video long. So I'm really just going to jump right into it, and I'll try to make sense of everything. You know, he was dropping nuggets, so many nuggets that you couldn't possibly write everything down, but these are the things that stood out the most to me. What he also said to write down, and we're going to jump right into it.
Look, she just wanna realize the future, realize the future, realize the future. I'm gonna realize the future, realize the future, realize the future. She just wanna realize the future, realize the future, realize the future. Everybody realize the future, realize the future, realize the future. Yeah, it's a dedication. We gon' have a real celebration. Look, moms, I knew if I would just stay patient, I would go and get it, I would make it, yeah.
Okay, check this out. The first thing that I wrote down was that the quality of my life is based on my emotions. What emotions are you feeling, right? What is your energy, your frequency, your vibration, right? Because remember, when we talk about our manifesting stuff, we always say that the energy that we're emitting out to the universe is the same that we're going to receive. So that makes a lot of sense. Mind and body. Okay, there's 5 stages of grief. The first stage is denial, shock, oh my gosh. The second stage is anger, why did this happen to me? The third stage is sadness, depression, man. The fourth stage is bargaining. You're probably saying, you know what, F this, you know what, I'm not about to go through this. The last stage is acceptance, and accepting, wait, okay, this is where I am, but it doesn't mean that this is it, right? My current situation does not have to be my final destination, all right? Energy, I wrote that in all caps. You cannot manage what you cannot measure. So how is your energy? Everything is energy, right? How is your energy? Measure your energy right now. Shake your body out. What level is your energy out? Is your energy at? A lot of people were saying 5, 6, 7, right? 5, 6 was the range that a lot of people were saying. And Tony made a joke. He said, well, ask yourself this question. Would you date a 5? Your energy is a 5. Would you date a 5? Check this out. Who do you want to date a 10? Right? To attract a 10, you have to become a 10. Energy. What is gonna? How do you have energy? I remember a good friend of mine asked me, you know, Devon, how do you always have high energy? Like, what is it? And I'm trying to remember what I said. I think it took me a little bit of time to think about it, because I was like, wait a minute, like, you don't. What Tony Robbins said is that energy is a habit. That he's able to have this high energy all the time because he's practiced this way of being. It's just who you are, right? So, and that's totally the truth. Like, I think what I had told my friend is that energy is a choice. And you just choose to have energy to turn it on, because, you know, and during that time, I was going through the 5 stages of grief. Wow, full circle. And I was experiencing sadness and depression. I was definitely in stage 3, you know, but I was in a, you know, I was in a leadership role that required me to speak in front of people at our meetings when we would all get together. And I couldn't speak to everyone like this. No, of course not. I had to get my energy up. Let's go. You know, I had to get my energy up, man. So I can get the room vibing, get the room going, you know? And man, wow, that's so crazy. So it's a habit. It's a habit. It's a habit. Your body, movement, your breath, and the voice, all right? Now let's talk about this. Power postures. It was scientifically proven that if you hold, for example, the Superman pose, hands on your hips, shoulders back, chest up, you hold the Superman pose, a power pose, for 2 minutes. This is what's going to happen. You're breathing fully. Your testosterone is going to increase by 20%. Doesn't matter if you're male or female. Cortisol, which is the stress hormone, is going to decrease 25%. You telling me just by holding something like the Superman pose for 2 minutes is going to decrease your level of stress by 25%? Come on. If that's not already worth it, your risk tolerance. Your risk tolerance is going to increase by 33%. What does that mean? That's doing something that you're afraid of. That's doing something that you see that you like, well, that's a risk. For my guys out there, oh, you want to talk to that girl? Okay, put yourself in the Superman pose for 2 minutes. You're going to have a 33% more chance that you're going to have that confidence, that courage. That's like, man, I'm about to go do this, man. Like, it's a risk, but let's get it. You know what I mean? Let's get it. All right. So then he talked about, one of his mentors, Norman Vincent Peale, who wrote The Power of Positive Thinking, I believe. And he was talking about the power of problems. And he said, Norman Vincent Peale has this quote that the only people who don't have problems are in the cemetery, right? Are dead people. And he said, you have to finish the quote, problems are a sign of life. Wow, that's powerful. Problems are a sign of life. Problems are a sign of life. What else did he say? He said, not what you get, it's what you become. What did I mean? What did I mean by that? Not what you get, what you become. He was talking about like materialism, right? And things like that. And about problems. People are always trying to solve their problems, make more money, get a new car, do this, do that. But if you lose all that, are you going to be fulfilled, That all that you can lose, all that they can take away from you. But they can never take away from you who you become. Right? And I thought that was powerful because that's like, I have seen myself make that transition into deciding more to give more, like teach more, like talk about these things that I know more than just trying to get stuff. I want to become this person. I am. Let's get it. Your biggest problem is you think you shouldn't have any problems. Your biggest problem is you think you shouldn't have one. Your biggest problem is you think you shouldn't have one. You think you shouldn't have a problem. That's your biggest problem. Problems are a sign of life. Problems make you grow. Problems are gifts, right? So let's talk about extreme stress. Extreme stress is going to do 3 things for you. The first thing is it's going to help you discover how strong you are. The second thing is it's going to help you discover who your real friends are. The third thing is it's going to help you build immunity to future challenges, future stress, right? Now, what is a breakthrough? For Tony Robbins, a breakthrough is a moment in time when everything changes, when the impossible becomes possible, and then you take an action to make a change. That's a breakthrough, right? So then he asked us to do a few things to, and actually, right now I'm going to insert a screenshot of those questions so you can answer those questions for yourself. Do it. Do the work. Answer those questions for yourself. And I guarantee you it's going to take you to another level, all right? Okay, boom. Now, what else did he talk about? He said, write this down. Complexity is the enemy of execution, right? Some things can be so simple. This is so true. Things could be so simple, but we as humans, we try to make them so complex. He said that's the ego. That's not the higher mind. Three keys to a breakthrough. It's your state. Okay, actually, let me say that again. 3 keys to breakthrough, right? And he gave them from low to high, right? Like the last key, the second key, then the first key, because that's usually the order that people move in. But he said that's the incorrect order. So he said strategy. Usually people think that to make a breakthrough, they need a new strategy. They need to come up with a new pattern or something like that. But he said, for the most part, it's usually not the strategy. Sometimes it's the strategy, right? Like, let's go back to the guy who wants to date a girl, right? And he gave an example about communication and how guys think very linearly, very direct, right? And the girl, she's not thinking that way. So like that, you have the wrong pattern, the wrong strategy right there. That's why, and then he goes like, that's why you're still single, right? So strategy, but that's number 3. Number 2 is story. And we already talked about how important story is, right? What are you telling yourself? Change your story, change your life. What else did he say? Divorce your story of limitation. You have a story of some limitation in your life, in your work, in your career, the amount of money you can make, the people that you hang around with, your relationships, your romance, whatever it is. Divorce the story of limitation. That's powerful because that paints a picture in my mind that's like, where am I limited here in this aspect, in that aspect, in this aspect? What's the limitation that I am perceiving, that I am creating? Because that's what you're doing. You're telling yourself that story of limitation. Okay, let's divorce it. What's the new story? Let's divorce it. What's the new story? Let's divorce it. What's the new story? And marry the truth of your unlimited capacity. Man, Tony's legendary, man. Marry the truth of your unlimited capacity. You know what to do. And he said this, sometimes you can't even see the strategy because you're hypnotized by the story, right? So we start off with the strategy with a new pattern, but then that doesn't even work because of the story that we're telling ourselves. It blinds us to the new strategy. So we could talk about this easiest in the form of business. You create a new strategy to maybe talk to more prospects, right? You're going to get more prospects, more clients for your business. But your story is telling you that you can't do that. Your story is a form of some type of limitation or fear that's not allowing you to do that. See, the reason why now that you've changed your strategy and you're still not seeing the success, the results that you want is because of your story. Your story is overriding that new strategy that you created. You got to change your story to change your life. And number 1 is your state. Number 1 is your state. Number 1, the key to breakthrough is your state. Mental, physical, spiritual. All right? Let's talk about it. What else did he say? The past does not equal the future unless you live there. All right? So, changing your state. It's all about a radical change in the way you use your body. A radical change in what you focus on. A radical change in your language, right? Focus equals feeling, all right? And then we talked about some archetypes that we have within ourselves. I'll give you the archetypes: the warrior, the magician, the lover, the sovereign, that's the king and queen in you. What archetype are you in the most? Which archetype are you overfeeding? And which archetype are you not giving enough love, right? That you kind of push in the back. The warrior, the magician, the lover, the sovereign. That can actually be really easy if you take a look at your life and you say, well, where am I being a warrior at? You know, where am I being a lover at? Oh man, nowhere. My lover is gone. Where I need to revive my lover. What about the magician? The magician, right? The magician that sees that everything is really just an illusion, that the magician could create something just like that. Remove limitation just like that. It doesn't even exist to the magician, right? The king, the queen, sovereign, right? Powerful, powerful, powerful. I hope you guys give this video a like because I'm giving you, my own flavor in this. And this is coming from a man who has worked with presidents, celebrities, artists, sports stars. If you could think of it, if you could think of them, they're famous, whatever, he's probably worked with them. Guarantee it. I'm talking about none other than the guru, Tony Robbins. All right. I only say that because you need to watch his Netflix special that's free, right? I am not your guru, right? Oh man. And when he's giving away free content, or you have an opportunity to get his books or anything, come on, man. I'm telling you guys, I just witnessed a 3 hour, you know, presentation, I don't even know what you want to call it, because I was so transformation, and all the value that I just gave you guys right right now, all these notes that I've taken, straight from the GOAT himself. So give this video a like if you gained some value from it. And if you want me to also share maybe some of the other days and some of the other things that we got popping. And the last thing, you know what? I'll get a screenshot of that as well too. And it was just about your goals in 2021, right? Write down your vision, write down your goals, write down your old story, write down the new story, and then that's what it was. So number one, I'm not going to put a screenshot. I'm telling you this right now. Number one, what was your old story? Write it down. Number two, what is the new story? Okay. Number three, what is your vision for 2021? All right. What are we going to accomplish? Because we're going to accomplish something this year. So what is it going to be? Right. And what are your goals? Give me 2 goals. Give me 2 goals. So I'll tell you my first goal. And my first goal is 60K. 60K, baby. 60K. Let's get it. 60K. Let's get it. Let's get it. 60K. Let's get it. Let's get it. So thank you guys. Thank you. I'm saying thank you right now. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. 60K. Let's get it. So we about to run it up. This is gonna be the year. And I appreciate you guys for being on this journey with me, because we're gonna do it together. You're gonna achieve your goals too. If you are watching this right now, okay, connect with me. I want you to achieve your goals just as much as I want to achieve my goals. So if you could feel this energy from me, and you know that I'm about to get it, that means that the same level of energy that I have for what I'm creating is the energy that I want you to have as well too, is the energy that I will give you as well too, okay? We about to get it. What are your goals? What are your dreams? 2021, this is our year. And as I always say, continue to realize where you are now, realize where you have been, and now realize the future.